The time you get to spend with your children is so valuable, and they grow so quickly. I think once the kids are older, you'll regret not spending more time with them.
100%, yeah.
And I've been a kindergarten teacher my whole life, but I'll be the first one to say, stay home with your kid. Don't put them in kindergarten.
I love you for saying that. The school system. You taught for a lot of years. What's your view on the Canadian, if you have any opinion about Canadian schooling versus Taiwan schooling, and what do you think would be a helpful change here for the betterment of the children that are in school? I know it's a loaded question. I know.
I think, okay, you have to look at what we have to do. What we have to do is educate every single child that comes into school. And the most efficient, easiest way to do that is to have them all sit, 30 of them in a classroom listening to a teacher.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to do it, but it's also a great way, especially for young boys, to leave them lazy and dumb. But what's the alternative? Like, to facilitate any change in the educational system takes a lot of research.
Probably.
Education is not a profitable business, traditionally speaking. Here in Taiwan, they've seemed to have been able to do it because
quite profitable here.
But in places like Canada, it isn't something you're going to benefit financially. If you own a kindergarten, you're not making money from that because it's going to be government subsidized. So when you look at the system now, of course it's not perfect, it's not even good.
Yeah.
But how do you make it better? I don't know. That's a tough question. But like, I hated school growing up. I couldn't stand it.
Likewise.
I hated school.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I disliked school. I hated being there.
No, I was the same
way. It was torture.
Almost like you wanted to cry at the end of the day.
Oh, dude, like, and you have no choice. And it was just a word. Like, I really didn't like it. I think for some people it works really well. I think it all comes down to the temperament of certain children who are able to sit down and learn. Someone who can listen to something and then learn it, that's perfect. But if you're, a young boy in grade 2 and you're very physical, and someone could be yapping in your ear all day, you're going to hear none of it. So what's the point?
Yeah.
So all you're going to do is piss your teacher off because it's the only fun thing you can do.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to gain by being here, and I have no choice.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fuck with you. And now you have a boy who's annoying, and it's like,
I have a few that are like that in my teaching settings.
They're not learning anything.
Yeah, mom and dad send them there because that's what the thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the normal thing to do.
So yeah, generally speaking, I think it's not good, but it's the best we could do for now. And I've been a kindergarten teacher my whole life, but I'll be the first one to say, if you are fortunate enough to be able to have one parent stay at home, which I know nowadays is not easy.
Yeah.
But if you're fortunate enough where one person can make enough where the parent can stay home with your kid. Don't put them in kindergarten.
I love you for saying that.
It's great for socialization. They'll make friends.
Yeah.
They'll have fun. But the time you get to spend with your children is so valuable, and they grow so quickly. I don't have kids of my own.
Yeah.
So
no,
I accept all judgment from parents.
Well, I was going to say, as a parent listening to you, my friend, I agree with what you're saying.
It happens that fast. And like, I know I don't have any kids, but like, I've taught kids with the same class for 3 years, multiple times, and like watching them grow, it's like, I feel bad for the parents who didn't get to see the things
they're missing
that
out
did.
On something beautiful.
Yeah, like some of these giant moments in their life that they don't get to see that I see, and it's like, that's not fair. I don't deserve this. I'm not your parent.
Yeah.
And
no, I agree 100%.
And I think if you could somehow find a way where you could send the kid somewhere for a day to give you a break, because I obviously understand that staying home with a kid can be very exhausting. I think once the kids are older, you'll regret not spending more time
100%,
with them.
yeah. But I had conversations like with coworkers who have kids. Most of them wanted to go back to work right away. Like it seems to be the social norm to not stay home and go back to work.
I think it's tough these days with the way the economy is. You have to have both people working, especially if you're a first-time parent and things are very stressful and you want to make sure you get it right. And you want to make sure you have a little bit of money in the bank.
Yeah,
you don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And so I get that people want to go back to work.
I mean, my wife is a stay-at-home mom and has been since we've had kids.
That's great.
But she's also my co-editor and subtitlist for my channel. So you could say she does have a job at home outside of the job of being a mother, which is also a job. You're your kid's everything when you stay at home.
Yeah, if you send your kids to kindergarten, it's obviously easier on you for time.
Oh, stress-wise and
it's way easier. But it's just not worth it for the time you sacrifice with
No,
your
I love that you actually really cared about your students. You know, like that it wasn't just a job. You did take it seriously. Because I think
Well,
I remember a few years ago asking, are you going to go full-time YouTube? And you're like, well, you know what? I want to see my kids graduate first.
Yeah, that was like
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I saw my kids graduate. It was
So
great.
cool.
Then I took on another class. I taught them for 2 years, and then
I
now
think
they
it's
have
beautiful.
a new teacher who's great. So I'm happy now, and yeah, they're everything to me.